Hello, how are you guys doing? We're doing the last little bit of this game, hopefully, tonight. Nick has been very kind, not only in giving out subs like crazy, but also letting me know, roughly how long I have until the next section or what have you during out the course of this, which has been super nice, because he'll be like, we got like 2 hours until the next trial. It's like, cool, good, that's great. Next trial will take like 3 hours, cool. That kind of thing. Gear, thank you for the 34 months of support. And Rob, thank you for the 56 months of support. This is the last bit, roughly. It's going to be about 4 hours, according to Nick's estimate, which is usually a little bit shy, or a little bit, like, I go a little bit longer than that because I waffle and talk about weird shit instead of actually playing the game. Can I actually talk to you guys about something? We'll be playing the second game after this. Don't cuck us with a cliffhanger. Okay. Hey, hold on. Hold on. I was thinking about something. I need to show you guys this first. And then we'll play the game. I know you guys just want me to play the game or whatever, but like I need to show you something because it's been bugging me. Okay? Hold on. Display capture. No, that's, you know what? That's good enough. Okay, cool. Whatever. Here. Look at this. Okay, look at this. All right, this is MS Paint. It's a thing that you do for it's like an art tool sort of. All right, so like this is how do I draw straight lines in this? Okay, well whatever. So imagine that's a straight line. Imagine that that's a straight line, right? Okay. So then like we have like this is going to be a graph, okay? So at this end, you have like the library of like Alexandria, right? But like over here you have like the library of Alexandria, but instead of books it's puppets, right? And at this end you have no puppets, okay? So what I was thinking, right, is if you have a room defined as the puppet room, okay, what is it like a bell curve in Fear? So is it like this? Because I imagine over here, this is scary, right? Because like this is horrifying that there's like an obscene amount of puppets, right? But over here, yeah, a puppet room, but there's no puppets. That's fucking horrifying. Okay? So I think really it's, hold on, I think it's probably more, I know you guys are here for like the end of Dangarompa or whatever, and you'd much rather, you know, watch that, but maybe it's more like that. Okay? What do you think? Your bell curve is upside down. What did I miss? I'm talking about puppet rooms. So it's like 100,000 puppets, right? That's how I write numbers. And this is 0 puppets. Okay? Do you agree with this fear chart? Is this right? A puppet room, but it's only like 1 or 2 puppets is scarier than no puppets. Why is it called the puppet room if there's no puppets in it? It's fucking weird. That's horrifying. You know what I mean? Like 1 or 2 puppets, that's pretty creepy. That's getting weird. Like 1 puppet is fucking horrifying, right? But over here, absolutely no puppets. Where are they? Are they hiding behind you? Can they move? Is that why they're hidden? This is some freak. This is someone who has spent their entire life getting puppets. You know? It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird that someone's like this. And it gets weirder the more puppets you have. Right around here, when you have somewhere between like, I don't know, let's say this is like, I want to say like 10 puppets. Like 10 puppets is like weird. There's a latent level of fear if you notice that it's not all the way down to the bottom, right? There's a latent level of fear there, but it's not like 10 puppets is no real worse or better than 9 or 11 puppets. But like 100,000 puppets is like a lot of puppets. That's a weird number of puppets. Does size affect the puppet graph? It's a good question. Anyway. Let's play the thing that you actually care. How do Muppets fit into this? Muppets. Muppets, I feel like have a higher level of threshold. Like Muppets, here's the Muppet line. Okay, the Muppet line is very similar. I feel like it's more insidious. Like, no, blue. It's more insidious. Like you don't notice the number of Muppets until it gets up here, and then it kind of like falls in line. Same sort of thing over here, where it's like once there's like 1 to 0 Muppets, you got a weird fucking thing going on. Like this area is fairly similar. Like all throughout here, that's some weird shit. Anyway, you guys actually want me to play the game rather than talking about random bullshit, right? Right. What? We don't have a lot of time. I probably shouldn't spend it all talking about weird puppet things. It's also weird, so I feel like it'd be weirder. Anyway, you guys actually want me to play this. Anyway, so like, someone asks, what if they're all the same type of puppets? So that's weird too. If you got like 2 of the same puppet, it's like, okay, maybe it was just like someone knew you were into puppets and they gave you an extra puppet. But like, I was like sort of dating a girl for a while, and she had like a doll room. Like, people have been talking about this doll room thing, and the doll room thing isn't too bad, but I feel like puppets are where it's at. Dolls, like, you can collect dolls for money. That's a thing you could do. But puppets, you don't do that. That's fucking weird. Anyway, for those of you who feel like they missed the first 7 minutes of this stream, I've been talking about puppets the entire time. So last time, we got executed, but it didn't work because Alter Ego stopped it, and we lived. And so Monokuma is acting like, yeah, whatever, he'll die in the trash pit, it's fine. But then I didn't. Was I gonna be stuck in here until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. Thank you for the flashback. That's very helpful. He used up the last bit of his strength to do it. How do you know that? What are my plot theories at this point? Space robots is my theory. Thank you for the 11 months of support. 12-ounce Kato? Yeah? Like, he's a Alter Ego, but baby? Anyway. So I can't give it up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Alright, well, that's suspicious immediately. That's a rocket in a tank. It better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Actually, you should probably think about it a lot in case if it's some way to get out. This is a desk. Probably the one that fell down here with me. How are you okay? How are you okay from this? How are you okay from falling that high? I'm still going with, like, robot space torture. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I mean, like, listen, your skull is meant to be, like, a protective, like, covering for your brain, right? Like, so if you get, like, a minor nick to your head or something, you're fine. Like, it's uncomfortable, but you're fine. But, like, I would imagine that if your brain is smaller or doesn't exist in the case of someone like Big Mac, wouldn't it make sense that, like, there's no reason for him to, like, have a brain? Like, he doesn't need one, so, like, it doesn't matter what his skull does. So he could have, like, fallen. Have you ever seen, like, Jell-O hit the ground real hard? Could be like that. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here ain't gonna be easy. Is this zero time escape? Well, if I'm not gonna get out of here anytime soon, I better start learning how to eat trash. I started to look around for some food. There's plenty of food around here. It's all rotten. That was pointless too. Please stop roasting my son. Once he stops being stupid, I'll stop roasting him. The tags for this game are exactly the tags that Twitch thinks are correct. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, and which ones are an all-around bad idea? You're in a trash pit. It's all a bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But it's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive, and as long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Big Mac. Also, by the way, if you're not aware, I agreed as part of the charity event, which is why I haven't been streaming recently. I agreed to read 1 page of Homestuck for every $25 that we raised, and 1 episode video content of JoJo until for every 1,000 we raised. We raised $220,000 ish. So I'm mentioning that because I figure that most of you guys are probably interested in one or the other, or both. So that's all of Homestuck and all of JoJo, apparently. I don't think I'll probably be able to watch JoJo on stream because of copyright stuff, but I could probably read Homestuck on stream. I'm pointing that out because I want you to understand, just like keep it in the back of your head as I'm reading this, that this is what it's going to be like for me to like read Homestuck. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. It's the only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink for like an hour? I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day must have had passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come from the sky, come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't exactly a sign, not exactly. Grunch. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation. I like how he tried for like 5 minutes to escape, decided to ignore the trash, and then like fall asleep. Like, that's some really bad survival instincts, you know? That is like strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Well, I guess it's in the trash. Maybe you should look, asshole. Dude, I'd hate it if he turned around and it's like the exit's like right there. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched out my hand towards whatever was that had tumbled down here with me. Let me guess, it's a key.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she had even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
How are you not dead? Also, don't they have an incinerator? How exactly did this... Wait, no, hold on. They've got an incinerator. What the fuck is this room? Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing down here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. That's like the body discovery sound. I gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
She gave her head. It would make more sense if she moved her own head, rather than me violently grabbing her head and shaking her like a dog. Like when a dog has something in its mouth. That didn't sound right when I said it originally. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat. We can talk once you're all finished. Great. Trash food. Thank you. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she'd been holding out for me. Within seconds, my mouth and it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach, and then towards my butt, where it would be pooped. Ooh, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. You still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. That's true.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. How the fuck is she okay? How the fuck is anyone okay from falling down? You can't even see the roof. Right? But Kyoko, why'd you come and risk me?
So...
To pay a debt, or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. I mean, it did the first time, then I got cucked. And then I realized it was a bad idea, so I cringed so hard back into my own soul that I went back in time. So you knew that I knew. You knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, but I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive? It's a weird fucking way to phrase that question, but sure.
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. I don't want to die. It's a basic human instinct, and most people don't want to die. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. To graduate? So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did it once. Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? No, I fell and hit my head real fucking hard like 5 seconds ago. Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived in this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation with myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, I think that point my memory was gone. At that time, I had forgotten. I couldn't remember why I had come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. What would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. Seemed too convenient. Are you saying that you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think... I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. Sure. 5 seconds, it's been a day. I have brain damage. Give me a break. Greetings and salutations, Lord Reverend. Thank you. I saw you guys talking in chat before I got here. Saying, like, is it going to be weird if we just start calling him by all of his titles? I'm a Lord of Sealand now. The charity was a hell of a stream, by the way. Just in case if you missed it. You should go back and watch those streams. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Why would you invite him? Why would you invite her? Why would you invite her? So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
It could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. To become a sir, like, I have to get knighted by the queen. And, like, I'm sorry, Brits in chat. Why do you have a queen? Like, that's fucking expensive. You know? Like, why would you... Like, why do you... What if America just, like, picks someone, right? And they're like, well, this person is vaguely related to George Washington. So, we're gonna just pay for everything they own. She's not a net drain. She totally is. She totally is. In comparison to other countries, you can just keep the castle. You don't need her. You don't need her anymore. She doesn't do shit. George Washington would not want that, sure. But, you know, Washington, whatever. Just get rid of the queen. Send her out to the countryside. Be like, figure it out your fucking self. Take the dogs. Keep the dogs. Keep the dogs, keep the castle. People still show up to see the corgis. That's why we've been investigating things by myself. That's why I've been investigating things all by myself this whole time. And if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all work as one, the mastermind would have noticed us right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind was actually one of us. What if I'm the mastermind? That would explain absolutely nothing. Are they more profitable? Like, does anyone have actual stats on that? Because it seems like you could easily just, like, once a year we're gonna have an absolute banger of a party, right? And everyone in the world is invited. And you spend half as much money on the party as you do the queen the whole year, right? People would be flying in from everywhere to get, like, absolute, like, just shit-faced. Yeah? You know how much money you would make from, like, airline flights and tourism and crap like that? If people, like, flew to, like, friggin' Europe? London? Say, what if Mardi Gras in London? There's always a chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What? We don't make too big of a deal of it, just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it. So this is why, this is an aside. This is why Nick's estimations that this will take about 4 hours are probably wrong. We're 22 minutes in, and I think I've gone about 5 minutes into the plot. The mastermind is one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. I'm getting distracted. Yes, I have ADD. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her own missing memory by herself.
However,
that being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, and the fact that you're dumb as shit. I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. Oh, plot.
I should understand everything.
Don't stress yourself, kid. Just try and understand what your name is and how to count to 5.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like a dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. Busy Bee, thank you for 3 months of support. Give the kitties a kiss for me later. Will do. They're in the bedroom hanging out with Tilda.
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think it's just her personality. Okay, so did you bring anything else? Unbelievable amount of trash here. And somehow, Byakuya isn't with us. I better talk to Kyoko. I guess we're doing that again. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigation on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? I still think there's a lot I don't remember, but in the very least, I was able to finally recall my purpose and ability. You mentioned your ability.
I...
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. The ultimate detective. Oh! Oh! You know who just got the real ultimate detective? Me! Fucking... Dab. You guys couldn't see that because I don't face cam, but it's me. Ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy was I had someone I had to find here in the school. Is it me?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Okay, 1 for 2, 50% accuracy. Headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh, shit! The fuck is wrong with you? Sorry. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child, it turns out, and he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is the Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Alter's ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
I'll
find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster, no matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I
mean, that wasn't really weird. That was fine. Your dad's a bear? Like an actual bear? Not like... Okay. My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. It makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that based on what I had seen when I had snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there? Can we have this conversation, like talking about how to get out of the fucking room? And also have this conversation, because I don't think it's going to be easy. Unless we brought the key. Don't you twunks me.
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers had been dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. I mean, the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I had found. Why there? Because I had also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map? Big Mac. Fuck.
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty to use. Faculty. Some of the staff must have stayed overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that the room would most likely hold more clues, so I went to check, and that's when I finally remembered. I remembered my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster did really have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed the second floor of the dorms. Is there... Do I just have to, like, redo the conversation if I don't, like, hit all of these, right? The second floor of dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what... So, what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized I was in a school. Whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we imagined. What do you mean?
So...
Can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, but I'm sure you'll get a chance soon enough. Sounds like this must be important. It sounds really ominous. It's probably like those back alley, like, when you're allowed into the school after, like, night, and it's, like, dark, and, like, all the rooms are empty. There's a name for that. Liminal space? Love liminal space. It's like my favorite. I like to just go places I'm not allowed to be. Anyway, can we leave now? Yep, but better keep talking to her. What's up?
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there were no cameras and monitors, so I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Makuro Ixaba, doesn't it? I got it right, didn't I? High five in chat.
However...
To be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that means everyone but you and you and me had an alibi, so who did kill her?
Anyway...
Thank you, chat. And all I can say for sure is that the mastermind was directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Makura Saba was to get me killed. Get you killed.
Indeed.
So like he and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the entire class trial. How? Okay, no. Still wanna fucking ask this. How the fuck did she not get executed for not showing up to the class trial the other 4 times? Yeah, the other 4 times. That's some bullshit game. Keep some consistent rules in your game about rules. You have a page for the rules. Think about it. I'm just saying, that's some bullshit. I mean, it must be a thing. And if they do not address that, if they do not address that that's what's happening, that's some very big bullshit. We figured it out just last time, I know. But, you know, I'm just saying, that's some bullshit. That's the point of the class trial. It was. The mastermind knew that they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With the minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. Lawful evil there. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to do it using a class trial. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Wait, why the fuck?
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point about the murder of Bakuro Ikasaba. What's that? There's a point where Mukasura may or may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. What? I could have been the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I hear the god of death as he moves. It's an ability that naturally draws me into cases just like this. Oh my god. Calm the fuck down.
Anyway,
No, don't anyway that! Which is exactly what happened to you. I was in the dorms in a sudden sense of dread and looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away, and when I followed it and saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
Okay. I ran into your room and saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped him, but that led to whoever the masked assailant ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, and an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Bakuro is the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Their blood is pink. You are, if you're just realizing that, you missed some stuff leading up to this. So hold on. No. Okay. What am I gonna do with all these Monokuma coins? Regulations. Okay. They only reside nighttime. Some areas are off limits during that time. Particularly, assuming anyone other than the born material will be seen as sleeping in class and punished accordingly. With minimal restrictions, violence against the headmaster is prohibited. Participation is mandatory for all surviving students. So that's like 2 rules that she broke. So she has to be like the star pupil student? I had this apparently, but I don't think I have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. What rules did she break? Let's see. She broke, let's see. 3? Because I assume she slept at some point. And then 7. The guilty party. Okay, and then probably just 3 and 7. I know. I had some theory last time, but I don't remember what it was, and it's probably spoilers. Because I probably got it right, because I'm the ultimate goddamn clairvoyant. You're expecting me to say detective, but I'm dumb. I'm dumb but lucky. Yeah, that works. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. But wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Makoro. It needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean? The mastermind changed hands at some point?
In other words,
when did she skip the trial? She skipped every single trial, literally, except for the one where she was dead. Which she skipped because she was dead, but I'm giving her a pass on that one. I'm gonna believe that she was alive before then, unless if she was dead before then. No, that's what I had. That was my evidence beforehand. Someone killed her beforehand, and then she was dead this whole time. That was it. I forgot about that. Okay. Thank you for the 500 bits there, Aesthetic Bagel. That means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Makoro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think that the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused this event. You're talking about. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. The despicable group whose whole purpose and motivation comes into despair.
Indeed.
And then there's make no mistake. They're the root of all evil that forced us to go through this. Money? Money. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Is it time for communism? $100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. So yeah, that was the whole 30 minutes. 38 minutes of us playing. It was probably about 10 minutes of gameplay, but considering, yeah. No deaths. One person was dead. Probably didn't die this chapter. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. They're the same people who put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. So, how many of you guys, real quick, how many of you guys watched on After Hours up until this point? Or at least watched a few episodes on After Hours? Because if I do stream all 4 hours, relatively probably closer to 5 hours of what's left of this game today, would you prefer if I cut it at the 2 hour mark into 2 halves and upload both halves onto YouTube the same day? Maybe one at like 1 and one at 1:15. So that way, like, it's easier to like remember where your place is. Because I've watched I watch stuff on YouTube every now and then, like normal humans do. And if it's gonna be like 2 hours long, would it be easier if I did that on like 2 hour streams as well? Cut it at the halfway mark and that kind of thing. Because I tried doing it back in the day with every 30 minutes. It doesn't on your phone, Valiant, which is how I watch most of my YouTube videos. There are really only 4 hours left. Not the way I play, no. I spent like 7 minutes talking about puppets, and then another like 2 minutes talking about the queen. Chug Monkey, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Hey, you Texan bastard, have you ever considered playing Phoenix Wright after this, knowing the entire trilogy is on Steam? Considering that I'm heavily dyslexic. Let me close this reminder to read Hamsteak. That doesn't seem like the best of ideas, but maybe. I don't know. Depends on if people want to hear that. Hour and a half is ideal for me for stream recordings. Okay. 2 hours is good length. Okay. Most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has been finally revealed. No? We still don't know who that is. We just kind of assumed it was a group this entire time, but okay. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Zero Time Dilemma is another one. But I recently played 1 and 2. And I played Phoenix Wright back when it first came out. I borrowed it from friends. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool. That you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. Can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. She actually said that. We should be able to use it on that door, right? You gonna let me do this now, game? You should talk to Kyoko. Hey, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then nothing. And that's how this game ends. Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
Oh, that was weak. That was weak. I apologize. Someone unsub. Now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We opened a door and made our escape from the garbage pit. We're finally free. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death! After leaving the garbage... That's like one of those, like, I don't want to say new metal, but, like, right around that time, maybe, like, prog. That could be, like, new metal or, like, hipster metal if there's such a thing. It's like what Mastodon is, I guess. That would be a good name for a band like that. We're just a little too on the nose on the name. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in the tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There's a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Makoto being a gentleman, going first. The cameraman for this game being not a gentleman for having drawn this picture. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into the darkness. Hold on. Where is it? You know, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'll find it. Where the fuck did I save this? Shotgun blast, rock slide, pop goes the weasel, kickback, doing the boss a favor, gunfights, drawer slide, dissonant chord. Where the fuck did I put it? Why did I delete that? Oh, there it is. Hold on. There we go. Cool. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you say that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help me keep my mind off of it. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said that you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. You have amnesia. That doesn't mean anything. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then your family's famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. But, huh? How come? It's like your family's tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor... Okay, why are you like this? We represent neither justice or evil. We just uncover the absolute truth. That would be justice in most people's books. We stand neutral in all things, and to do so, though, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Did you, get edgy from, hitting your head, or what? Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort? It's kind of old-fashioned. I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Why is your dad a school headmaster? Is that it? Oh, no, there we go. Because, like I said, it's the source of our pride. Pride? So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, was because... This is a good part of the song. Okay, that's it. Anyway. It was because you wanted to show, because you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'll be reuniting it after all these years, right? You would have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
Do we have to have this conversation while this camera angle? There's something I wanted to talk to my father about.
However,
I may throw emote mode on at some point during this stream. But yeah, pretty much. There's something I wanted to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. My name is Indigo Montoya. You killed my... No, that doesn't work, does it? What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. That's a bit extra of you to, He's not been in your life for years? And then you enter his life... You go into a murder school to enter his life to tell him you don't want to ever see him again. What the fuck? Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. I don't even remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was on a line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, and he had a promising future.
However,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. So he severed all ties with you. For a smart girl, you're dumb. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. Sure there was a reason for that. Dad wanted to make... I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. Big Mac, no.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because like him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in the family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I had gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, and so I was not able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, or what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. Just looked down. And more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
There's one more thing. One more thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family... I don't know why I've had my fingers on WASD for the last little bit. Like, this will suddenly turn into a first-person shooter. When the rest of the family looked at me, they saw something different. I saw the little girl that was abandoned by her father. And that's how they see me even to this day. I'm getting tense, so I'm just like, WAC, get ready. His shadow has been following me my entire life, and I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. I need to tell him to fuck off to his face. That's why I stayed here in the murder school. Correct. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer a family in order to settle the past. And in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt that he forgot about me years ago. But you're his family. To cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Her dad is a piece of shit, my dude. Do you understand that? So, like, you don't have to respect your parents if they're shit. You know? I'd love to live in a world where everyone's parents were fucking cool, you know? But some parents are bad at it, and shit at it, and bad people. Kyoko's dad runs a murder school, probably. I think we can give her a pass on this one. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really even enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that, I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I know, it's a fucking thing here in America, too, and I don't know why. Not as much as in Japan, don't get me wrong, but, like, for some reason, people are like, oh, you know, your dad was shit and, you know, like, didn't do anything for you your entire life and just drank all the money or smoked all the money away and you didn't have, you know, toys for presents or, you know, any of that shit. You should try to make amends with him. It's like, fuck him. What? No, if you want, you can. Don't get me wrong. You can do whatever you want, but anyway. Sorry. The older I get, the more I've met, like, or talked to some of you guys and realized how shit some of your parents are, the line for me being okay with that kind of shit has erased completely. It's like, nah. My parents rock, and I'm lucky for that. And I'm, you know, treat them well because not everyone has cool parents. And if you have cool parents, treat your parents right. But otherwise, fuck it. Just keep climbing up the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reach the top. Ass. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the door, Hope's Peak was awaiting for us. It's locked. We have to go back down. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. He's not thick. Don't even joke. He's like thin. Spelled with like 2 N's. Did Rev mute? No. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Dummy thin. Dummy stick. Looks like we're back. Can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. And there are cameras everywhere, and I'm supposed to be dead. I'm gonna get murdered again. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Colonel, dummy stick. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of it there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what do we do now? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might.
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
So let's just get a concrete answer, huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. But that's...
however,
If we try and hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. It's not like we can run away. Let me be a rules lawyer for a second. Okay, so that's... Didn't break that rule. Okay, I broke that rule. I broke rule number 3 explicitly, but she doesn't, or Monokuma doesn't know that. Natalie, thank you for 33 months of support. Thank you. Thank you for being an awesome mod, and thank you for helping with the charity. Natalie was like one of the head people on the charity this year. So everyone who like enjoyed the charity and the fact that all the streamers showed up and like were more or less on time, like that was about as close as on time you can get streamers. I was 30 minutes late to stream today. Give her some love, is my point. Thank you. I missed the beginning. It's okay. There was like a solid 7 minutes where I was discussing puppets and another like 5 minutes where I was discussing instigating Mardi Gras instead of the Queen of England. So you're fine. Okay, so I broke rule number 3, but he doesn't know that, I don't think. Rob appreciation time too. Like all the mods in my chat. Do you know how hard it is to get mods who aren't like crazy? It's fucking insanity that I was able to luck out with like, and no drama with any of my mods. My mods don't cause drama with each other. You know how crazy that is? How often you have to micromanage the mods so that way they're not fighting each other? If we try and hide, it's only a matter of time. So okay. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance cameras. My mods are great. If you like this chat and how it doesn't have a whole bunch of shitters in it, thank the mods. So you're saying that rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is gonna happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. Mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation in Mokuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
We can talk to Monokuma. We can confirm it. It will be better for us if we can go to him directly before he tracks us down. It should help us with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. What if we just walk down the halls going, Monokuma, Monokuma? Like, eventually he'll show up, right? Okay, WASD time. I actually needed it. Wait, hold up. Hold up, Monokuma. Gotcha, machine. Yeah. Nice. Less than a 50% chance. How many coins that is. I know it doesn't hurt to have doubles, and it probably won't matter after this point, but we're gonna use up all our coins. Oh good, we have a thong. We'll need it for our escape. Kyoko is just like, what are you, Big Mac, what the fuck are you doing? Cool. Oh, no worries, Sugar Shock. Dream Evil. If you need another example of power metal, that's good. They're like my favorite power metal band. Crystal Head Vodka is amazing, by the way. It's like melted vanilla ice cream. So good. No kick at all. Just clean. This weird cursed vodka is amazing. How are the thongs important for the escape plan? That's for me to wear and you to find out.
Well now.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What is he doing here? It's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you out? What if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they will be executed. Unfortunately, that is the rule. No, it's they'll be punished. Now I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko. Whatever. Do whatever you feel like you have to. What?
However.
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? Is it execute? Oh, no, it says executed. Yeah, okay. I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up this last trial yourself, right? It was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
However...
Well, when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. Yes, I overlooked it the first time, too. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You had to realize that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. What if he just kills us both? I know you're like down with the like, he won't break the rules thing, but like, what if?
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you had killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto did not kill Makuro. You did.
Listen to me.
You so executing Makoto for it would surely have been a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You're talking big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And can you prove this, right?
Wow.
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claims without shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little bit more time, I can guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type? If Makoto was really the killer, he never would have had come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life and feared for execution. He would not have tried to run and hide. No, I'm just dumb, and I did what you told me to. You told me what to do. I did it. I could have been killed here. I'm actually just stupid. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
However,
but here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
That's supposed to be enough to convince me of the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, this is supposed to be on TV. I forgot about that. It's not like a Doki Doki Literature Club thing. Either way. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because of exactly what I said was right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say that we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. What? What's the proof that we're still on? Why would we know that we're live right now? Like, what if we're not live at night? Because that would be really boring. Who's awake at, like, let's say this is like, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning. Who's awake at 2 or 3 in the morning watching a TV show about people locked inside of a murder school? I know it's always live, but who the fuck is awake? Time zones, I guess. That would suck if you lived in a time zone where, like, you never got to see anything. Real despair hours. Who's up? That's a good point. Remember the Truman Show? I had described streaming once to a friend of mine. She had no concept of the idea or why anyone would do it or watch. And she was like, so is it like the Truman Show? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
Nah, not all the deaths happened at night. To do Makoto's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Anime as fuck. Truman didn't get paid. Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
That's a good movie, by the way. You should actually watch it. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown, in other words. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer. Of the masterminds themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept that challenge? They'd probably just execute me without another word. But it's on TV. And they'll look like an asshole. Also, they said climax. Climax. Interesting.
Barrett!
Bearing interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
I'm getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now that you've suggested that it might be possible, it would certainly make for one honey, not one, what the fuck, of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
you guys!
If you do things your way, that will be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Let's have one final grisly showdown. The ultimate despair. He agreed. We still have a shot at this. The long-awaited climax. Just guessing the killer is barely fitting in. So for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. Fuck off. Never mind, you can kill me, just stop. All of the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's been pawing around at this school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then you'll have enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. You can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school.
Guys!
Then you will win. But if you can't do all that, we'll face execution. We'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair... Oh, he didn't say it that time. What the fuck? You missed your opportunity on that one. What kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I can't honestly believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
Before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. You remember the rule? When one student kills another, when that class trial is held?
What's wrong?
I remember for sure. So what?
hey,
Just want to confirm, that is what you said, right? And that is a true Student kills another, that's when the class trial is held. So that implies that he is a student, then. You don't have to be so suspicious, and I've said it before, and it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations, and having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception, and it's part of the regulations, which will mean that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but enough puns. Oh, the polarizing, it's like polar bear. The 39th student drawn from Starbucks. Ugh. He did say that there's only 18 students, right? 16? No, please go. No, it's good. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you get quiet all of a sudden? Everyone just started saying numbers. Leon students. Oh, I see. We're done talking.
Really angry.
I got nothing left to say to you. Get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Really? The murder bear seems emotionally unstable to you? Great work there, detective. You fucking solved the case. We can go home now.
Hey.
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. Just, you really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You get all your punishment later anyway. You need to get started getting ready. It's super extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Once the investigation starts, might be a good time to try on emote mode. Okay. So someone want to give us like an estimate on so it just hit the 1 hour mark. Assuming that I might talk about puppets for like 5 to 10 minutes, how long do you think I've got left in this stream? Like, with this game? And I will be doing the next one. Probably sometime soon. Like, within the next, like, week. 72 hours. 4 hours from here, 2 hours. 3 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, 3 hour trial, 3 to 4 hours, 4 to 5, 4 hours at your pace, 50 hours. Still 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Let's assume 4. Just assuming that's on the high end of the journal estimate there. The trial is very long. Okay. I don't want to stop halfway through the trial. Alright, how about this? I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And I'll be right back. Here's this. Today's Chronog game, by the way, is Space Hulk Deathwing Enhanced Edition. I believe... Okay, whoever's supposed to be streaming Deathwing isn't right now. If I recall correctly, this is just Space Hulk, right? And none of the people who are supposed to be streaming this game are right now. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is supposed to be... No, it's a first-person... What the fuck? It's a first-person shooter? Oh my god, I actually might have to get that. I fucking love Warhammer. I don't know if you guys knew this. It's a secret. Like, barely anyone knows that I like Warhammer. I definitely haven't talked about it incessantly for like a couple months now. Let me go to the bathroom. I'll come right back. Deathwing is available. I know, right? Fucking whiplash there. You guys weren't expecting that shit. I'm gonna go take a piss. And when I do, you guys will see an ad for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. For the next 2 hours. Be right back.